Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mansillon, artist and spiritualist. I come to speak about spirituality here. So about very much for those who are well, not interested, that probably won't resonate, but do take whatever resonates with you. So I'm a bit convalescent today. I was in bed last night, yesterday. It was like a very big accelerator through this little process. For it's like basically our first desire when we seek to connect to our own spiritual nature is that the first desire is to please God, to please our Father in heaven. What can we do to please God, to be in alignment? For that, that's where the freedom, the truth, the security, the wisdom, and the well being comes from, to be united with God. And to accept this unity, this oneness with the Creator, with God. And to be mindful of that at all time, of this union. For God is already one with us. It is for us to accept that unity. For unconditional love is the only energy that will connect us eternally to the Creator. For God is unconditional love and unconditional conditional light. To be mindful of that, really much, and and it is the will of God that we are incarnated in a physical body on the planet right now. So it's like acceptance of that, making peace with that. And because we came to assist humanity in helping humanity and the planet with its to assist, to bring our energy to just by being born, we're anchoring our energy into the collective field, and we're assisting. We're really providing a very unique energy to the process that is quite essential. Although when it gets difficult, sometimes I have to admit I'm calling God to say, well, I like to get home. I like to return to my original point. Many years ago, my I am presence showed me, revealed to me my point of origin. We all have a unique origin that is eternal, that is divine and eternal, and my own point of origin is very, very close to God, to the Paradise Trinity. And so I was shown that. And I was shown that God offered us when we were like we were there eternally, we were eternal beings. We are, and we will always be. We can never be. Or actually, it's just a little part of us that left into the universe, because we God proposed us. He had a project called the Samsara, and so we wanted to check it out. What is that? For God doesn't do things that are meaningless. So it's like when God showed us the samsara, we made a test, and we saw that it would create enormous suffering, but an enormous joy at the end. So we chose to participate. So here we are. We've entered into this field of reality that is the universe of universes, the universe of time. But we chose to consciously leave that station. It was a choice to forget who we truly were, to leave that, to participate in the project of God. So it was, but we knew that we would eventually find this freedom, return to the source, to our own source, and and so ask God to show you your point of origin, and then wait. It will come when God thinks you're ready to realize that. But we all have a unique descendants, a unique spiritual origin. We're connected to a spirit group. God created beings by family, by groups. We are five of us, only five of us in our group. But sometimes I think about this point of origin. For there is something to question. If you would have only one question to God, what would it be? One question. Can you leave me a comment to let me know what would be your questions to God? Thank you very much. Do not forget to subscribe, to like, to share, and I thank you for your donations if you can. So just think about what would be the question you would ask. The card of the day is the tribe. We really need to reconnect to all our soul family. It means we have a soul family, but we also have a soul group around us, and monad, and it's like and on the planet we've all been separated. So now we're gonna come together. It's gonna feel really good to be connected to those beings that are very close to us on a frequency level, as well as similar desires, similar sense of humor. And so the wisdom of the day is going far. Huh? We're really we need to be ready for a new cycle that is coming. Spirit has showed me the fifth dimension for me is like really close. It's happening now. Actually, so it's like really happy about that. But we need to understand this flexibility. We have no choice but to learn to be flexible. Huh? To stand firm on our principles, yeah, to be flexible about everything else, not to be intransigent, like things need to be like that because my beliefs are like that. And so just to be nice, to be tolerant. What we need to do is to understand the why. So there's a lot of questions will be answered, and the outcome will be the faithful heart. It's like this tribe, this connection, and to reconnect to soulmates, soul twins. Once we move into the fifth dimension, a lot of things. For me, it's only a matter of a few days. I think I had a lot of problem with my deep soul connections, but I think it's going to be resolved as soon as I moved into this fifth dimension. Things will completely be resolved. So my question to God would be, how can I serve you today? How can I serve you today? When I don't feel good, my question would be, can you take me home right now with you? I don't want to leave you. I want to return home with you. But when I feel good, it's just when I'm anchored now. If I feel through this experience, I feel a lot more anchoring, although I'm not completely well yet. But another question is, what would you like me to know? Inform me of what I need to know. And because we're here to transform the world, but we need to transform the world from within. That's the only way we're going to transform the world. Self mastery, following the inner guidance. For this a couple of days ago, I had this night. I went through hell. My body was in total hell. I thought I was gonna die. Well, hospital. I thought I was gonna die. It was like terrible. And while at the same time, my consciousness had amazing revelation of this beauty, these amazing things that are coming, that are right there. And it's like, so it's like it was really an accelerator to liberate me. Yesterday I had to spend the whole day in bed. The next day I woke up. It was like I couldn't really walk or anything. I was like big headache, and it's like, but understand today is a little bit better, but it really assists me in creating a deeper alignment and ready for big change. We only have 3 days till the next full moon, and that those are days are very transformative for we all have an individual path. Some people will get that in a few years, but if you're ready for this fifth dimensional portal, it's like whenever your soul and your spirit thinks you're ready, they're gonna prepare you, but they're not gonna be. Sometimes it feels very unkind that we this pain is like we have to feel the pain. I'm gonna return talk about this, and so but I'm returning. I have a lot more self-confidence now. It's like it is something that's been returned to me. A lot of doubts been removed. Huh? It's like the power. I'm returning to realize the power of my origin rather than the history of my life, the ego history, it's like the cellular memories, all of that. So it's like Shakespeare said in Macbeth. I think it's a life is a story told by the tale told by an idiot. It's like really we're telling us stories that are always that are not necessarily. There is a story of our soul that is far more real. But it's all about lesson learned and to accepting the harvest is coming. And it feels amazing that we're going to be free at last. Well, I feel I'm going to be free at last. So it's going to be amazing. I've never really been. I was free when I was young, but now it's the level of freedom that God has planned for me. It's like beyond my wildest dream, and I'm really grateful. So we really don't have any need except to be and to find our joy and to follow our heart and to fulfill our deepest heart desires. It is very important to follow our passions, and because God will adapt and work through our ego mind mental process. Whatever we think, God will adapt and work through that, and God will propose, never impose. And there is no need to fight the old. We just need to learn to focus on the new instead, learning to return to center at least every hours, to call on God every hours, to think about the Creator. thinking about God and calling on God, invoking the presence of Source, is not a tool on the process of our ascension. It is the true. It is the core of who we are. For the beginning, it is a tool. We need to realign our mind to remember to think about the Creator. But eventually, we'll realize it is who we are. It is the true essence of our being. But there is a deep purification that is needed on a personal level. It's very important to purify our mind, our intention, our physical body. For fifth dimension on the psychological level, it's wonderful. But when it comes to the physical level of moving into fifth dimension, it's like it's challenging to because we're bombarded with lower frequency all the time, being on the planet. And then there is the whole very deep transformation and purification on the collective level. That's on a completely different level. It's about revelations of basic things that we've known for decades that they don't really know yet. Understand that pain is inevitable. Pain is inevitable when we live on the earth. We need to feel the pain, but suffering is not necessary. Suffering is about the story of the pain that we talk ourselves. We maintain the pain going by the story we told ourselves. So it can be avoided by detachment from the story, to let it go like passing clouds. It's like we've been through pain, but we don't need to judge ourselves or understand it all or anything. We just let it go. For it is the only savior. Everybody's waiting for this savior. For it's like the world. The only savior in our time and age is the savior, is the one that will remind you that you are your own savior, that your own inner divinity will save you, and that's the only truth. That's the golden key, to realize that by submission to your own inner guidance and inner light and inner divinity. For the Anunnakis were false gods, the Greys, the Anunnakis, the Orion groups, the reptilians that created all those hierarchies of kings and priests, and to be submissive to them, and no other god, like in the Bible. You will not worship any other god. It's me only. Those completely false beliefs, and so it's the enslavement of the soul into endless karmic cycle of reincarnation in submission to those programs. For the Anunnakis have changed their program. The Bible was like kind of they're trying to reinstall some moral principles to educate humanity, and I find a lot more wisdom in the Quran than in the Bible or in the gospel. But all texts were manipulated by political powers the words of Jesus are very, very important. I think it should be taken very seriously, and for it's like for all the old texts the old texts are very important. There is wisdom in all of them, yet it's we need to learn to move into the presence of God, the living presence of God, to receive the information directly from this higher intelligence, to accept that there is this higher intelligence that's completely capable of communicating with us once we let go of certain beliefs. And unconditional love is the only truth that connects us to the Creator. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to pull a few cards. I had this song, "The Wind of Change," that came through my mind, but I'm not sure. I'm still a bit convalescent, and so I'm not going to sing. Really wonderful song. The wind of change blows straight into the face of time, like a storm wind that will ring the freedom bell for peace of mind. It's very, very. There is a great deal of change that is coming. A lot of the dark ones are being removed. The media is still in the control of it. Is not working for the light, so do not seek light in the media. We're gonna go there. Light beings will come into the medias, and will definitely start to transform things from within. And once again, everything has to be transformed from within. That's why we came in. We came here is to transform things from within. And the observer of the day, the card of the day, is openness. So just be open to love. Once we can be open to love without conception of what that is, it's like there is revelation that comes in. What we need the wisdom of the situation is happiness. Dolphins are just so happy, they're joyful all the time. They're fifth dimensional consciousness in third dimensional bodies. They're really wonderful example of that, and they're very free sexually. They're very free. They travel a lot. They're telepathically connected. I had an exchange with a dolphin. I have friends, dolphin friends, and once I had this exchange, he showed me for like a few minutes, and I was able to transfer my consciousness into his body, and it was so amazing to be in the ocean and to feel all that was going on inside the realm for like quite powerful experience. For dolphin, you can call on them. They're wonderful beings. They're very telepathic. They will respond. They will bring a bit of their joy into your life. So happiness is very happiness has to become more and more important. What we need to understand is focus on the milk and honey, focus on the good, focus on the future, focus on the freedom, focus on the abundance, the prosperity. What we need to do is the miracles, to accept that there is amazing miracles that have been in the works, that will be they will be very sudden, they will be very unexpected, they will be very sudden, but they will be timely orchestrated. And we also are able to, when we utilize our light, when we follow our divine light, we are able to create miracles. It's like shortcuts for transforming things in a way that could not be done in a material plane. So it's about the miracles, becoming a miracle worker, and to accept the miracles that comes from above. And the outcome is purity. Really need to purify ourselves. We need to continue to purify, to seek purity, yet not to judge the process of others or anything like that. I try to, because otherwise, for now, I'm still. Because the path of the soul is very unique. Every soul has made some certain choices that's fulfilling a certain aspect of its own evolution. So focus on your own path, but there will be there's a great deal of self-confidence and empowerment that is coming with this full moon in a few days. Well, my friend, I thank you so very much for your support. I thank you for your likes, your sharing, your comments. I thank you for your for your donations if you can, and I will soon come back. A lot of things are going to be changing. I'm going to continue to communicate, but a lot of things are going to be changing in the next few days. So we'll see what happens. We're just being in the present and the presence. So I hope you're getting ready for this amazing change that is available for all of us. Thank you so very much. Namaste.